Yes, guys, welcome back to SFeatleyTV. Sorry for the delays. I had to squeeze in lunch like the last minute. So, big up to everyone that's watching. And yeah, another news story, transfer news stories, and to go into depth about, to talk about, and surprises, maybe not. There you go. We'll see. We'll see how this pans out, shall we? But yeah. First of all, big up to everyone that's subscribed already. We're at 1.18. If we can get that to 1.2, I'd be really appreciated. So please, if you haven't subscribed already, please go and subscribe now. Be really, really important you do so. If you haven't shared it already, please do. Max, I'm sure there's some other people that love to hear me moan about Arsenal Football Club. But there you go. Anyway, big up Joanne, big up Craig as well. Big up. Oh, sorry, Dennis still trying to get out. So there you go. I'll put that at the top there. No, that won't gonna work. So anyway, it's down there anyway. Anyway, so let's go into it. We'll start off with Arsenal since most of us here talk about Arsenal all the time. Well, the Tielemans saga takes another twist. Right, I thought we had done talking about Tielemans. Right, I thought Arsenal wasn't going to look at him anymore. Right, all these fans saying we're after Raphinha now. Right, I heard Arsenal fans saying why are we looking at what was the point in looking at they were saying we don't need to focus on Tielemans because we're getting Raphinha. Well, that's gone out the window. And some of them even saying why focus on Tielemans? We've got Fabio Vieira, because apparently Fabio Vieira has gone from absolutely zilch, no one knew him, to now he's apparently world class. Right? If any fan on Twitter, on Instagram, tells me that Fabio Vieira is world class, you're a liar. You never spoke. All these top reds, all these top gooners, every single gooner on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Sorry, I'm trying not to swear. TikTok. All these fans kept saying, never mentioned him. You never mention him whatsoever. Now all of a sudden, he's the greatest thing since sliced bread. Now he's the greatest thing that's ever touched this earth. Why? Why do we do this every time? We buy a player. We buy a player that no one's heard of, and then all of a sudden we overhype him, saying he's the next best thing. Well, if he was the next best thing, why ain't Man City looking at him? Why ain't Liverpool looking at him? Why ain't Chelsea looking at him? Why ain't Man United looking at him? We were the only club that's looking at him. Right? You're telling me all those teams would not have said something if he was that good. Yeah? If he was apparently world class. Yeah? But, like I said, no one knew him until we signed him. Once we signed him, everyone's going on and said, I've seen his stats. I've seen compilations of him. He's world class. His touch on the ball is brilliant. He did fuck. Who's? I saw him nutmeg Pepe. The defender Pepe. In the Portuguese league. He's the next best thing. We should why ain't Man City looked at him? I don't know, but there you go. Maybe you need to take a hint of why the other clubs haven't looked at him. But there you go. But anyway, now all of a sudden we're in need for Tielemans again. They're now saying we need Tielemans. But you were saying earlier we don't need him anymore. But now Arsenal want to put a £30 million bid in. You're now saying we need him. Flip, flop, flip, flop, flip, flop. Right? That's our fan base. Flip, flop, flip, flop, flip, flop. Right? Because they believe whatever comes out of this. Our PR is so brilliant. It says one thing. Our PR it's a flip-flop. It says one thing and then says another thing when it wants to change the story, right? And that is why our fan base are a bunch of flip-flops. So they say one thing, and then as soon as the club say another thing, they believe what that says, and the other thing was a lie. There you go. Big up Static. Hope you're doing well. Arsenal set to name Jack Wilshere. Oh, gee. Oh, God. Are we really giving... Oh, I'm fed up with giving ex-players that actually did nothing for this club. What did he win? What did he win? What did he win? Because someone told me that. Oh, sorry, I've got to put the fan on. Oh, fucking hot in here. Because someone told me, what did he win? I want to, if I'm looking at under 18s, I want them to instill that winning mentality straight away. That's what is expected out of an Arsenal player, right? Right? Jack Wilshere got a winning mentality, right? He never played for us. He hardly played for us when he was there. And what did he win? Nothing. Right? He won, 2 FA Cups. Yeah, 2 FA Cups. It's brilliant, isn't it? That deserves the under 18s coach. You know what I mean? That's our fan base in general, isn't it? Big up Stephen in the chat. But then again, winning two FA Cups, right, as a player, right, apparently can get you the Arsenal job. I can't join today. Yeah, no worries, man. Don't worries. Stephen, we're not signing Tielemans till Xhaka leaves. Yeah, well then we're screwed then because we're never getting rid of Xhaka. I'm telling you, Games FC. I'm telling you now, Xhaka's got his testimonial. He's getting his testimonial. I'm telling you. You know, Phil Jones is getting his testimonial at Man United. It's exactly the same. He is getting his testimonial at Arsenal. Facts. It's absolute facts. And I'm not even joking. But there you go. I don't think Arteta wants to let Xhaka go. Yep. Your fan base didn't even know who Vieira was for a couple of weeks. Yeah, of showing his best bits and that. Yeah. Mate, you don't need to tell me. Well, all I know is that Vieira is better than attacking than Odegaard. I don't even know that, mate, because I've never seen him. I can't make that judgment, Games this season, because I ain't seen him play. Arsenal made a big mistake missing out on Sinisterra. I'm very annoyed about this. Well, we're going to move on to that in a minute. We'll move on to that. And that's another news story. I'm very annoyed about this. He's yet another good player that has joined another team, Leeds. Yeah, but you know how the Arsenal fans go. They'll just go, yeah, but we're never interested in him. So why are you on about it? Right? They'll make excuses for it. Right? They'll make excuses for it as usual. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe if you're new. You sit there haggling for transfers. Spurs are getting theirs done. I can't argue with that, mate. Can't argue with it. We're arguing at 5 million here, 5 million there, 10 million here, 10 million there. You're just getting it done. I can't even argue. Right? But do you know what the excuse is? Is that, well, they got Champions League football. Well, who gave them that? Who gave them it? Who gave it to them on a plate? Right? Oh, yeah. Arteta bottling it. Right? So, there you go. Let's have a look. Arsenal making a £30 million move for Tielemans. Whether that will be accepted or not, it's basically 5 million more than what we originally offered, which was 25 million apparently. Whether that was made or not. So whether that gets accepted by Leicester, we don't know. We know Leicester are expected to take a hit on it, but whether they're going to do that, I don't know. Yeah, I just saw on the headline there, Wilshere announces his retirement from football. Did he actually play? Did he actually play? You know what I mean? Hi, big up Nippon. Only reason why ours are getting done is because reason why Spurs are getting it done is all because of the confusion within the board, not emptying out spaces. Yeah, our board doesn't know what he's doing. He really don't. At least it's still 50-50 for Martinez. But oh my gosh, Arsenal are worse than... Static, it's not 50-50. It ain't 50-50. I'm guaranteeing you now. I put a bet on it right now. Martinez is going to Man United. It's going to Man United. I'll guarantee it. Guarantee it. Here you go. Arteta and the board aren't sure. Arteta and the board aren't sure enough to keep. Absolutely. But anyway, right, we're going to move on anyway because we've got to move on to... I'll move to Sterling and Chelsea in a minute, so I'll put the link in a minute. And then anyone who's a Chelsea fan can have their say on it. But Ronaldo obviously misses the pre-season tour that Man United are going around to Thailand and Australia to play these friendlies that all the way in other countries. Basically what they want to try and do with the Super League at one point. But yeah, so obviously that's since asking he wanted to leave. Now I can't blame Ten Hag for wanting him to miss out on the tour. If you're wanting to leave, then I want to prepare my squad, right, on the basis that you're not going to be here. Right? If you want to leave this summer, I need to shape my squad and team around the fact it's missing Ronaldo. Right? So why would I bother taking you? Because that's what pre-season friendlies are for. Pre-season friendlies are for building your team in preparation for the season. And if you've got a player that's not going to be there, you need to build your team around the fact that he ain't going to be there. So, it makes sense the fact that he has not gone to Man United's pre-season tour. I'd actually put in the chat where, put this as a poll, but I'll put this as an open poll. I can't put it as an actual poll on the chat because there's too many answers. Where do you think he will go? Where do you think Ronaldo will go? My guess would have been Bayern Munich because that's got an option open for a striker. Probably go back to Portugal as well. We said this on the last show. Portugal or Portugal, going back to the Portuguese league, or going back with I'm trying to think. Yeah. I either Bayern Munich because he hasn't done Germany yet, he hasn't conquered that yet, or he's going to back home, or he's going to Portugal. I would suggest he might go back to Portugal. To be honest, go back to Sporting Lisbon because that's where it all started. I wouldn't be surprised if he went there, mate. There, guys, I wouldn't be surprised. Right. See, yes, it is. Yeah, but I know Romano said it, but what's the chances, mate? Come on, let's be real. He's got Man United, who's got Ten Hag, right? Some quality players, right, and a rebuild, right? Whereas you got Arsenal, that 2-3 years into it, still can't get top 4, right, and has got a fucking clown as a manager. I'm telling you, you might say it's 50-50, mate. I don't think it's 50-50. I think it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. It's Man United. For me, I just see, for me, percentage-wise, if you're going to ask, if you're going to say, what percentage do you feel is he going to choose of choosing Man United or Arsenal? I say he's 70% at least, 75%, 3/4 likely he's going to go to Man United rather than Arsenal. There's more opportunity there. I'm telling you. So, plus they've got the name, they're the biggest club in the country. That's why they're still managing to sign big players, though they're not been in the Europa League. We need some players to leave and make space before we can sign. Games FC, I get your point, but we've already got that. The reason we suffered last season is because we had too much of a thin squad after January. We had too much of a thin squad. Once Partey got injured, who was his replacement? Elneny. I'm sorry, we need squad depth. We ain't got enough depth in our squad, mate. We haven't got enough depth in our squad. You're telling me we can't get 2 or 3 players in without getting rid of 2 or 3 players? No, I'm sorry. We need more quality and depth in our squad, right? So I'd rather get 3, 4 players in first, then evaluate who can go, who can stay, right? Because at the moment, he's thinned our squad out too much. And in this season, fixture congestion is going to be absolutely a nightmare, right? Simple. So, yeah. And Martins are both going to Man United. Arsenal Muppets were laughing at Chelsea for not signings, and now we've just signed some. Yeah. Have you actually signed him now? You've actually signed Sterling? Or is it still personal terms? Or no, you still only agreed personal terms. Like the point, if you could point out exactly who you signed, because I haven't seen anything. I haven't seen exactly who you signed yet, so aren't sure who to keep. I won't keep any of them, to be honest, mate. I won't keep Xhaka. I won't keep on. I'll keep El Neni is literally the last resort defender as midfielder. It's like if you've got nothing else in your squad. No static. He said Arsenal are in the frame. He did not 50. I mean, look, I say what I said. Like I said what I said. I just don't feel that we've got much of a chance. Bayern Munich have said they don't want Ronaldo. Steven Wilshere must have really Wilshere must hated Denmark to retire. He was only there for 6 months. Yeah, that's a good point. If Neymar leaves PSG, Ronaldo will go PSG. That's a good shout. But to be fair, Craig, he can't play on that left wing anymore. He's got to play up front. That's why I said, like, the fact Bayern Munich are getting rid of Lewandowski, right? That's why I said Bayern Munich, because it opens up the striking option. Either that, or he's going back to Sporting Lisbon. I am being real. All I'm saying is that it's not over yet. Yeah, I know. I didn't say you're not being real. I didn't at any point say you're not being real. I just said it's just for me, it's very unlikely we're going to sign him. Very, very unlikely. Like if they put it off, then great. And if they don't, then I'm not surprised. Right? Because it is Arsenal. So there you go. Depends what's in the offer as well. Right? The problem is the board doesn't know who to keep or so. Yeah, they don't know what. Mate, they think Granit Xhaka's good enough. That says it in a nutshell, doesn't it? It's what Spurs have done. Our site. Right. They are one of the biggest, not the biggest if you include Liverpool as well. As well as we're not the biggest. No, we're not. We don't act like it either. The way things are, Arsenal will sign 2 more players. Look. Either way, look. I'm just saying. Look, that's it. All I'm saying on the matter is that I just don't believe we're going to sign him. The fact I just believe Man United are going to sign him, and I'm not going to be shocked if we don't sign him. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, moving on. Moving on. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, games this see. You'd have to sit on the bench for 10 games before you get to looking. Right, speaking of Leeds, Statty was mentioning about Sinisterra. I don't know how you say his name today. If I've butchered it, I do apologise. I'm actually going to put the link in the chat as well. I know their Pum. I swear their Pum was there earlier. I'm sure he wanted to talk about fucking signing a player. Like, I'm not. I don't like. I don't mind. I don't look. If you could get a, if I'm sure he's going to talk about a signing. If he talks about like Arsenal fans saying this, saying that, I'm not going to hear it. 'Cause I'm just like, that's not me. Like, take that to IFTV or take that to a bigger like a fan channel that believes in all the bullshit. You know what I mean? Yeah, too many anglers, too many players. So let's go through. Raphinha, still ain't got Tielemans, so I'm going to count him in. Basuma, Sinisterra. Who else? Hickey was another target. That's another target. Who else is in there? There were so many names I picked out the other day. I think it was on the last show, and I picked out around about 6 players that we've missed out or we should be getting. So there you go. If people can find them all, then yeah, do check them out. Look, Leeds have completed Sinisterra's signing from Feyenoord, from the Dutch side, Feyenoord, for around, I believe it's around. Let me have a look. They sign him on an undisclosed fee for 5 years. That will take him to 2027. It's something that definitely like Leeds United need to do. After the season they had last season, they need to strengthen in that area, and they found a good player in Sinisterra. Very useful player as well. And also they have signed RB Leipzig's Tyler Adams, who Leeds are saying that they are the how do I put this? He's going to be the answer to the fact that Kalvin Phillips has now left, who's now joined Man City on for 45 mil. So this is their answer of getting a replacement. Tyler Adams from RB Leipzig, and it's around about 20 mil. So to be fair, they've made a profit about 25 mil, right? Out of these two, if you put the two deals together. So it's not a bad bit of business by Leeds, to be honest. And we'll wait and see how it pays off for them, because they need to improve definitely from last year. Nippon, how you doing, mate?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, man. Still living, just.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you signed Sterling then, or is it someone else?
It's Sterling.
Have you signed Sterling?
Yeah, look, terms are pretty much agreed. I think it's just the medical left.
Because they say personal terms are agreed, but they haven't agreed on a fee yet. As far as I know.
It's pretty much a done deal, though.
I'd say it's a done. If it's a medical, then it's a done deal for me, because I've seen them say that personal terms have been agreed before, and it's all gone down the pot. So
Look,
for
man,
me,
Arsenal fans, but the amount of Arsenal fans I'm seeing.
mate, I like, honestly.
Okay, I changed that. I changed Arsenal Muppets.
Yeah.
Yeah, the amount of Arsenal Muppets I see laughing at Chelsea.
Yeah.
Like they had I don't know if you watched this. I think it was the stream. I think you actually hosted that stream. I don't know if it was you or Del Boy, but I came onto a stream and cooked Fuad in front of. Do you remember that stream?
Yeah, he came on and I cooked him. I destroyed him.
But was it your stream or Del Boy's stream? It was one of your streams.
No, it was Del Boy's stream. We were on Del Boy's show, and he came on the chat. I called him out, so he came on the show, and I absolutely destroyed him.
Yeah, you see, I destroyed him as well.
Yeah, Yeah, definitely, mate. It's just like when you say you're gonna if he doesn't make top four, you're gonna be Arteta out, and then you go back on it. You are a clear target to get destroyed. You got no leg to stand on from there on in. Because it's like I said on that show. It's like, how am I supposed to know you're telling the truth? Because you'll probably go back on it later if it doesn't suit the club. If the club don't agree, you'll probably just go back on it later. This is the point. It's just like, if you go back on what you're saying, if you say, look, if he doesn't get top four, I'm at Arteta out, and you don't come Arteta out afterwards, right? Then like you're an open target. Open target. Simple.
He's just done an own goal on himself, basically.
Yeah, massive own goal. Massive own goal. Anyway, let's go through these. Five. Make sure to hit the like. Stephen is the man. Thank you. Steve, we could create a team of 11 of. Don't. Over the last 5 years, don't. Good morning, Stephen, in the chat room. That was 25 million euros, was it? Oh no, and it made even more of a profit then. For Sinisterra, apparently. Well, hang on. So that's probably about, along with the Tyler Adams, put that in pounds. It's about £3 or £4 better off in profit they still make. Mike was just selling Kalvin Phillips. They've just bought 2 new for the price of Kalvin Phillips. They've bought 2 new players, right? 2 good players, and they still have 3 million odd in profit. That's pretty good business, to be fair. Right? I'll give Leeds the due for that, to be honest. See, even Leeds could do it. Yeah, do something we can't, which is business. Tyler Adams is a decent player. Defo, one of the USA's better players. Yes, we need experience. You're telling me, mate. You're telling me. This is what Arsenal fans don't seem to get. These Arsenal fans don't seem to get this. Right? It's all right having youngsters in your squad, but the whole point of a youth project is you have a spine of experience. You have a spine of experience that picks the team up in the darkest days, on the darkest of games where they're struggling to like score a goal or struggling to hold on. Right, you've got a spine of experience that's got the mentality to pull them through it. Right, yet we don't have that. We've got Granit Xhaka. We got Granit Xhaka. Probably got we only got a defender that's like that either. We got El Neni. I mean, that says it all. That says it all for our experience. That's pretty much what we got experience in our midfield. That's shit. Right? That's just appalling. So, yeah. So the experience is what we need by a mile, because our experienced players that we've got aren't good enough, as well as not having enough of them. So simple as that. So bored of Arsenal moving super slow. Arsenal are always super slow. I've always expected this out of every transfer window. Let's go. Gomez from Liverpool signs a new 5-year deal, which will take him until 2027 at Liverpool, which is probably fully deserved. One of the main features in their defence. Though Aston Villa were interested in trying to sign the actual player apparently this summer, he's decided to extend his deal. And why not? If you're playing for Liverpool, you've got a very good chance of winning the Premier League right now, because I still see Man City and Liverpool up there at the top on their own little bracket at the minute.
Yeah, it's them two and everyone else, basically.
Well, it depends what I think it's down to really what Chelsea are going to do, and then see how the progress is with Spurs. Because one thing with Conte is that he can get a squad outperforming itself, and also start reaching towards the top very quickly. Which is why I was worried when Conte signed for Spurs. And who let them do that? Arsenal Football Club. Right? We don't need him. We got Mikel Arteta. And speaking of Spurs,
he knows exactly what we need.
oh no. Let's just leave that there, shall we?
Yeah.
Ajax. Actually, speaking of Spurs, Ajax confirmed the signing of the forward Steven Bergwijn. I'll bring this up. I will get to the other questions in the chat. Let me just bring this one up as well. Steven Bergwijn. Ajax confirmed the signing of forward from Tottenham. 83 appearances for Tottenham after arriving from PSV. So he's only just gone from PSV to Tottenham to Ajax. That's gonna be interesting when he gets back there. So so it turns out how much did they offer in it? Spurs and Ajax finally reached an agreement over the transfer of the 24-year-old after the initial offer of 20 million was turned down. So they've offered around the 26.4 million on a 5-year deal, which I think is a fair offer. I think it's a decent offer for him as well. And like, do you know what? Bergwijn I would have been looking at as well. I don't know about anyone else, but I would have been looking at Bergwijn. Like, because he's a decent. He's definitely a great. He's definitely a good winger to have on your side. Definitely.
But do you think Daniel Levy would do that? He's notorious for selling to rivals.
Daniel Levy doesn't really care in the end. As long as he makes the most money, he doesn't really care. Like, to be honest. Sorry, man. I didn't know that. Sorry. Stephen always referred to this. See, what were we on about? Anyway, don't bring up stats. Like, they're using stats to justify their point. Let's go. Right. Yeah. Statics asked, what's going on with Charles Koundé? I was actually going to ask Jules Koundé, what's going on there? Because that's all gone quiet.
Apparently, that was actually a board signing, and not a manager signing. So, ever since the board changed, it's all gone quiet. The manager didn't even want him, from what I'm hearing.
That's surprising because he's a top quality defender.
Yeah, it was a board target, not a manager one. He wanted Matthias de Ligt.
Oh, he wanted de Ligt. I don't see why Chelsea went in for de Ligt then. Why are they going in for de Ligt?
We just faced competition from.
Yeah, I thought Chelsea though would get it done by now. Not in Chelsea.
Yeah.
There you go. Nippon is Nathan Ake, returning to Chelsea. That's a good point.
Maybe.
Yeah, possibly. Never know. Joe Gomez played hardly any games last season, pretty much cost himself a place in the England team by not playing first team football. So signing a 5-year. Do you know what? I didn't actually know that, to be fair. So thanks for pointing that out. Yeah, if that's the case, then you've got a point. I mean, I'm sure there's probably if he's penned that 5-year deal, he's probably got assurances you'll get more game time. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. So we're not. Yeah. Games FC, I feel exactly the same, mate. I for Zach is saying, referring for the player to players this season that is coming, not the last. No, trust me, there's an 11 we can make out of this season, 11 we can make out of every season. Right, but there you go. This is just Arsenal Football Club. Right, we get linked to every single decent player and we just eliminate them one by one, one by one, one by one, and don't buy any of them. Right, and then we sit there and moan later that we didn't get this, we didn't get that, we need this, we need that, blah 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 blah. Right? Would you take Ake back?
Maybe.
I don't think you would, to be honest. I don't know why. Because Ake, to be fair, he's joined Man City, hardly any game time, so he's not been able to prove that he can do it at a big club. Right? And to be fair, when he has played, it's been on Man City's not best results. So yeah, for me, I wouldn't take him. To be fair, I don't see why you would take him back. I just don't see it. But there you go. That's there. Did you hear what Drinkwater said about today about Chelsea? No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I haven't heard that at all. Right. Anyway, there's one little news story from actually rivals West Ham as well. I'll bring this one up as well. Let's get rid of this one. West Ham. West Ham have signed Flynn Downs from Swansea City, and the midfielder has joined for around £12 million deal, and it's a 5-year deal at his tender age of 23. So, and it also probably helps them a little bit since is his boyhood club. Bit like how Noble was playing for his boyhood club at West Ham as well. But we'll see how he plays actually in the Premier League, because don't forget, West Ham will need strengthening in that area. Now they've lost Mark Noble, I do feel, because Mark Noble's always been good despite how old he was. So there you go. Let's have a look to see what people say. Steve, mate, Ake is an upgrade on most of your defenders. I'm not saying that. To be fair, I do. I would. Most of, mate, Dan. I'm better than most of my defenders. Let's get it real. I am better than most of my defenders. Let's not beat around the bush here. Like Steve Downs is definitely replaces Mark. This is exactly what I just said. I think he will replace Mark Noble. Right, boyhood club midfielder. Right, all you have to do is give him a captain's armband, and he's Mark Noble type 2. But they do need someone to.
Declan Rice. That was meant to be Declan Rice, though.
Yeah. Big up, King Say. How you doing, my bro? Gabriel Saliba, White, all better than Ake. He's on Twitch right now. Big up everyone that's watching on Twitch. If you haven't subscribed to also us on Twitch, go and do that now as well. But if you have not subscribed on YouTube, what are you doing? Make sure you go and subscribe and hit the like button. So, apart from all I've just mentioned, the only thing I can go back to is about this De Jong deal. Is about Barcelona making about De Jong. He's come out and stated that he's not for sale. De Jong is definitely not for sale, and I'll bring it up actually. So, I'll put the link back in the chat so people can come on as well. If you want to join do, if you want to have your say on anything we're talking about, please do so. Or if there's any news you want to spread, please do click on the link and join us. You're more than welcome to. Don't bite. Right, so Joan Porter says, unless we feel so, the Barcelona board and president, Joan Laporta, has reiterated that Manchester United target Frankie de Jong is not for sale. Sky Sports was told last week that the clubs have a broad agreement on the fee, believed to be €65 million, which will be £56 million, plus performance-related add-ons. However, Laporta remains clear in his public message regarding the future of the Dutch international. Frankie de Jong is a Barca player, and unless we feel that the need of or the interest to sell him, we won't do it. Frankie de Jong isn't for sale. We know he has offers, and if at a given moment we are interested in selling him, then we would think about it. But for right now, we are not selling him. Even more, we are acquiring another Frank Kessie. Wow. That sort of put a spanner in the works for Man United. Do you think Man United are ever going to get De Jong this summer?
Nope.
I don't see it. Do you know what? I don't see it. It's like what happened with Sancho. You remember what happened to Sancho? It was talks after talks after talks after talks, and it all broke down and didn't actually do it till the next season. I think it's exactly the same. This will probably happen next season, if anything. I don't think this is going to happen this season. I think this will happen next season, to be honest. If I'm perfectly honest with you. Right. What do you think of Raheem Sterling going to Chelsea? I think Sterling. It'd be interesting to see how he fits in there, mate. To be honest, how do you think he'll fit in the system?
I think he'll play in our front three as a winger, like he did for City.
Yeah. Do you think he'll get the right amount of game time that he's looking for?
I think so. Tuchel said he was really fond of him.
Yeah.
And the manager says I have to back him because he's not Mikel Arteta.
Saeed, how you doing, my bro?
Yo, Steven, how you doing?
I'm not bad. You?
Yeah, I'm good. You're ignoring my calls, huh?
You turning up late, that's what you're doing.
Yeah. You refuse to pick my calls, I refuse to be on time. Nah, it's because I'm working, that's why. It's alright. I finished.
Yeah, mate. Mate, yeah, what's your take on the whole Arsenal going back for Tielemans disaster?
How is it a disaster?
Mate, it's just
elaborate me your thoughts first.
Not disaster, it's a saga.
Yes, I think, and I think I've said this since the beginning. I think Arsenal and Tielemans have an agreement on personal details. I think the issue is between the fee Leicester want and the fee Arsenal wants to pay. I think Arsenal feel like they're confident that they will secure him, so they're not in a rush to overpay. But obviously, something seems to have happened at Arsenal, and they might need to speed up their priority. And I think that's why we've seen a more aggressive approach this week. But as I've said, I believe he will sign before the end of the window.
Yeah, I hear that. To be fair,
Listen, for me, I always say this, yeah.
Mate, to be fair, you still got to sign him. You said we're signing 3-4 fucking weeks ago, mate.
No, I said.
Yeah, you did.
No. No, first of all, you don't have any evidence. So if we go to court and you try to get me guilty, the judge
Yeah, well,
will
that
ask for
makes you
evidence.
guilty saying you ain't got evidence.
Secondly, I said I think he would sign 2 weeks ago, but if he doesn't sign, he will sign by the end of the window. That's what I said. So I'm still right.
Uh, yeah,
But yeah,
you're
but my
covering your
approach in
bets.
general
It's
is, yeah,
covering your bets.
well, you gotta be smart, innit? But for me, Steven, do you know what it is? Yeah, I don't mind not overpaying for a player if you in the end get the player. So if Arsenal managed to secure Tielemans without overpaying for him, I don't have a big problem with it. The only
Yeah.
time that I have a problem with it is that if you don't secure the player, then we have a problem because then you were penny pinching and it didn't work out, and now it's in the detriment of the club. So it's a fine balance whether it's good tactics
Would you
or it's
also
bad.
be like wound up with it if the fact we were overpaying because we let someone in come through the door instead of getting it done early?
How do you say? What do you mean?
So say we signed someone, but we've
Yeah,
had to push up the price. But say Chelsea came in and tried to push up the price, which means we have to pay extra when
yeah.
if we could have got it done before Chelsea became even interested. For example,
Yeah, I mean, then that's obviously whenever you do it and it doesn't work for you, then it's bad business. Whenever you do it and it does works for you, it's good business. But I always like to look at every transfer separate. So, for example, I look at the Rafinha deal and Martinez deal differently. I think the Rafinha deal, Arsenal saw an opportunity and they were trying to get a player that if Barca couldn't had afford him, maybe they would have been able to get him. So in the Rafinha deal, I don't blame the club because he was always clear that he wanted to go to Barcelona. And even though Chelsea have agreed a fee with Leeds, he still hasn't agreed anything with Chelsea because he'd rather go to Barcelona. So I don't have a big problem with the Rafinha deal because it doesn't matter how much money we put there, he's not coming until he is 100% sure that he ain't going to Barcelona. But then we have the Martinez deal, for example, where the club has scouted the player, the manager said
yeah,
that he wants the player. You know that there will be other clubs, especially like Man United, who will be interested in that player. In those kind of situations, you have to move fast, put talk to Ajax, ask them what do you want, put that bid in, contact the agent, tell him, listen, we're paying you this, we're paying you way more than you get in Ajax. Come and join us, and you get it done. I don't understand why you keep putting in bids that you know will get rejected, and then obviously now when United have settled down with Ten Hag, now you have someone else who's trying to get that player. So for me, they did wrong in the Martinez deal, and I don't agree with the approach there. They should have done it much, 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 much
yeah,
smarter.
they're doing it as a response to Man United going in
And
front of you.
if they don't get him now, it can be done. You can look at it and said that if they would have done it earlier stage of the season,
Yeah,
he could have been an Arsenal player.
I don't. Yeah, big up Static. I hope you do. I hope you stay good, my
Yeah, yeah,
bro.
yeah. Big up, big up, big up, Static.
Knowing Arsenal, Tielemans will sign on the final day. Probably. Probably. It's that. But then sometimes
That
they've done that to, like,
wouldn't
sometimes,
surprise
like the
me. But
party,
for me,
like the party, remember the party deal? Sorry.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
You
yeah,
remember how that was all done the last day?
yeah,
Like, we all knew it was happening, but
yeah.
it was done the last day as, like, a lot, like, to give Sky a story to go on.
It's
Like,
more
so
to give the
everyone,
fan
because,
base a story.
well, yeah, but it also, like, they also probably
Yeah,
made
so
a
it
cut.
becomes like
They,
Sky
yeah,
reports it.
yeah,
Everybody's waiting.
that's what I'm
You
saying.
see a
Like,
50
they
million
gave,
bid, and everybody gets
they've
hyped.
talked to Sky. Hang on, they talked to Sky and
Yeah.
said, "Look, if we do this on the final day, you've got a story to tell. Thousands of people will watch your channel, watch your news bulletins, whilst we get so much interest in our website as well." And then also so much anticipation for our shop for the next day when we go, when people sign for our get the signing of when they get the new signings shirt. So, by the way, I just saw someone saying we're going to get that Saliba's going to get the number 2 shirt apparently.
Yeah.
At least he's got the potential. He's got the
Listen,
potential. Yeah,
one
but he's
thing
got
we can say,
for me.
yeah.
He's got the potential to actually earn that shirt.
One thing we can say, yeah.
Is he staying though?
Yeah, he's staying.
Yeah,
He's
yes,
100%
he's staying.
staying. I've said that. I think I'm the only one who said this for months that Saliba is gonna stay at Arsenal. Everybody
I
was
thought he
saying.
was. No, I'd always said he
Everybody
was going to
was
stay.
saying that the manager doesn't want him.
I said he was
Now,
going to stay.
no, you said we're gonna lose him.
I said I wouldn't be surprised if we lost him.
Yeah, but anyway, like he's staying, and it's good that he's staying, and it's good that we're trying to renew his contract, and it's good that he's getting a good squad number. So I feel like all the drama around Saliba has settled. He seems to be happy. He does a lot of posting about Arsenal on his social media, so that's good. They've sorted
Yeah.
that one out, so that one is good.
Big up, Brother John. I hope you're doing well. If you are, I sent you the links for the F1 show, which is literally at 2:45 UK time, and then I've got the it's qualifying because it's a sprint race weekend. So qualifying is at 3:45 p.m. watch along. So if you're free at 3:45 p.m., do it. I'll send you the. I'll send you both the links now actually. On WhatsApp, and then you can join us for that. So otherwise I'll forget. But yeah, look, there's no doubt that like I don't look. I haven't got a problem with Arsenal just like getting the right deal.
Do you have a problem with Arsenal? That's a
I
new
just
one.
the problem is I've got no. The reason I've got a problem with Arsenal is that the longer we're taking, the more likely someone else is going to come in and hijack the deal.
Yeah,
How
but
many teams have already done that this season?
but I do think one thing, yes, Stephen. One thing I'll say is that we
I've sent the links,
not
John.
securing Champions League and missing out on Champions League is hurting us. You know, that's the truth. I think if we were playing in Champions League, Martinez would join us without a doubt.
Absolutely.
I think if we're playing in Champions League, we have a higher chance to get a Serge Gnabry.
This is the point. This is
But I think that Gnabry is not leaving Bayern Munich to join Arsenal to play in the Europa League.
not Europa League. No, that's why. That's why when I first heard the story. No, that's why when I first heard the story, I was like, "You got to be joking, ain't you?"
Yeah.
Like, why would he do that? No, I'm sorry. Look.
Listen, some of these stories, is from journalists. Some of these stories are just made up stories because they know that the Arsenal fan base are the best clickbait customer.
Oh,
ever.
absolutely. But look, this is why, right? Our last season was a failure. This is why last season was a failure, right? I don't want to hear, oh, but we improved to 5th. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear this, do nothing. We had numerous chances to get Champions League football, and we bottled every single one of them, right? When you end up, like, this is football. It's fluid, right? It changes. Just because you predict something at the start of the season doesn't mean it stays that way throughout the season, right? So once we had a chance to get top 4, yes, my prediction changed. I didn't think we'll finish, like, I thought we'll finish 8th. Of course, it went from I predict we'll win top 4 because we had a chance to get it, and we had the best chance to get it. We were giving it on a plate, right, 3 or 4 times, and every time we bottled it, right. In the end, last season was a failure, right? And it was an improvement because we'd only won a few extra games. We still lost the same amount of games. We still conceded more goals. So it's not an improvement. That is not an improvement by Arsenal standards. No way. Right? So this is the direct result of what's happened. This is
Yeah,
the exact same as this is the exact result. You
yeah.
know?
So
This is the exact result.
that's
Uh,
my point. So what I'm trying to say is, in the long term, we missing out on Champions League has had a negative impact on us being able to do certain deals that we can't do now
exact.
because we're not in the
I mean,
Champions League. So,
exactly.
and
Look, this is exactly what I'm saying.
yeah, yeah,
Mohit, exactly the comment I'm saying. We need to get Tielemans done quickly instead of waiting. We will get hijacked again. Exactly.
I,
Absolutely is exactly the point I'm making. You got to
I
get it
think,
done. If you want to go in for a player, get it done. Don't give
I,
the opposition a chance to fuck you over.
I think, yes, Steven, with Tielemans, and this is the only player I think him and Arsenal have a personal agreement.
I
From
bloody
what
hope
I've,
so. They've been talking long enough.
yeah. From what I've heard, anyway, they have a personal agreement between the player and the agent, and Arsenal and Leicester are not far away anymore from agreeing on a transfer fee. I
Well,
think I think the thing with Tillemans here is that a lot of people has forgotten how good he is just because he didn't have the best season last season. I don't think he was dog shit, but he had a lot of shaky moments as well as he was having some good moments. So I think that has helped Arsenal because not a lot of teams are looking to sign him. I think
yeah,
that's helped us a lot. And I
yeah,
think
I
also
understand.
the
I think
fact
it's
that,
I
like,
get that.
if you look at if you look at like Man City and Liverpool, they don't need him.
Yeah, I
Chelsea
get.
still got what Jorginho, Kante, Kovacic, Gallagher. They don't
But it
really
doesn't.
need him. I
The
think
thing
that the
is that
thing is that's the only team you could argue who need him is Man United, but they want Frankie De Jong, and they're not gonna buy De Jong
this
and Tillemans.
this is exactly what I was saying. That you have got a point. Is like the fact that if Leicester had a great season again, trust me, like if they had a great season like last season, like the season won the FA Cup, we'd be struggling to get him at all. Well, I don't think we'd be able to get him at all.
Yeah,
To
we
be
saw
honest,
last season. He was one of their best players, and no one could afford him.
and let me just go through these comments because so if you haven't joined the membership as well, do join the membership that we've got there. So, like for literally as little as $1.99 a month, you become a member. Great perks there for you to choose from, and a longer selection of levels. So do that, and it
Yeah,
helps.
you guaranteed to see Steven's meltdown at least twice a month.
Shut
So
up.
join just
Yes,
to see him.
make sure to
Listen,
become a
I'm trying to
member,
give you
and
free
all the money.
advertisement here,
Shut
Steven.
shut up, for God's sake! And all the money goes to Children's Liver Disease Foundation. So please do that right now. Tielemans was poor last season. If he does not have good protection, he will get exposed in transition all day. Absolutely. I think we might be going for another midfielder if we miss out. And if we miss out, we get Tielemans, but he might not be available if we keep waiting. 30 million is 30 million is a bargain. And to be fair,
Listen,
Leicester know they're taking a hit on Tielemans anyway because he's only got 1 more year on his contract, so he's not going to be worth that much anyway. That's why. This is why Arsenal are probably interested as well, is because he ain't going to cost that much because he's
Arsenal
got
are
1 year on his
penny pinch,
contract.
don't they?
hmm?
Oh, we know we're penny pinchers. We've been penny pinchers for ages. We've been penny pinchers like for absolutely ages, right? But we're more in the reason we're interested in Tielemans so much is again because Tielemans has got 1 year left on his contract, so he's down to be cheaper than what he is. Stephen, Arsenal bring up nice more than they do signings. Absolutely. Oh Jesus, I've got the rest of the crew coming in. I've got 10 minutes and then I've got to go. So 10, 15 minutes and then I've got to bounce. So right, Kyle.
Stephen,
how you doing, my friend?
good man, good. I had a night shift last night, so I kind of slept in a bit there. So I'm a bit late coming to the table, my friend.
No worries. What do you make on Arsenal going back in for Tielemans? Try not to go have a complete meltdown.
Yeah,
we're trying this time not to swear this time.
Exactly. I'm not trying. I'm not going to swear. I am angry, but I'm not going to swear. What I'm going to say is, Stephen, I don't understand it, man. We've been linked to Tielemans there now for a good while. So I can't understand why this deal is not done by now. Even if we were told back then that we had to give in the extra few million, it should have been done by now, man. The Premier League starts in 5 weeks' time. He should be in Germany with the squad, training this morning or playing the match there today as we speak. I don't understand why we're like zombies in the transfer market all the time. Why does it take us so long, man?
I don't know. If we, this is actually a question. If we don't get Tielemans, and I'll go to Manny on this. Who would you want as an alternative to Martinez? I think Zinchenko and Grimaldo could be good options as well.
You mean the defence, right, Stephen? For the defence, right?
No, I think he was looking at an alternative to. An alternative to Martinez. Yeah, he's got because obviously though it's saying it's 50-50 between him choosing Man United or Arsenal. My guess is he's more likely going to choose Man United for me. If I put my money on it. But yeah, look, who would you take? Like, would you consider those options that he's put out there?
You know, we're linked to Grimaldo.
Great question.
We're linked to Grimaldo already, so I'm pretty certain that could be the direction where the club goes. Zinchenko, I feel a little bit iffy about possibly getting another one from Manchester City coming in. I don't know if it would be a nice idea to just simply go around picking rejects from the top clubs in the league. That really wouldn't be the best thing. But again, we do need some.
Have you heard that? Have you heard, Manny? Have you heard? Arsenal fans have said, but we got Jesus. Yeah, the reason we got Jesus is because that Pep wants to help Arteta. He's a good friend of his. They wouldn't give us shit. They wouldn't give us. They wouldn't give us crap.
That's not.
No. This is what I'm hearing. This is what I'm hearing. Oh,
but that's BS. Let's be clear, Steven.
Hang on. Say it. I'm just hearing what I'm saying off Twitter. Some people on Twitter be saying it said Pep. Some people that even have supposed to be gooners. They're saying Pep wouldn't do that to us because he wouldn't do that to Arteta.
No, but listen, Pep doesn't care about Arsenal and he doesn't care about Arteta in that way. Pep is a winner and he cares only what's best for him. We got Jesus because he wants to go to the World Cup and he needs to play week in and week out. That's why we got him. Let's be honest.
Yeah, Manny, sorry, go back to you. Your question is.
I mean, if we obviously can't get Martinez, then Grimaldo might be the option we might be going for. It looks as though, Stephen, that we definitely need another proper defender. And I think the reason why Martinez was such a wonderful option is because of his versatility in defence. He could either play on as a left back or a defensive midfielder and in the centre of defence, which is what we would need. Off the top of my head, I really don't know. This might segue back into Everton signing Tarkowski not too long ago. You talked about that. Tarkowski would have been probably a good fit for Arsenal. 6'1", tall enough, could have been assertive. That's the type of defender we could have looked to buy. And yet, it seems to me that Arteta's really looking to try and get some of these not obscure, but definitely exotic-sounding defenders who he thinks would add to the star appeal. I think sometimes, you've got to try and look for more honest professionals.
You also got to remember he's got Edu behind him.
Yeah, but Steven, let's listen. If we are here talking about standards and we want to be better, we are not doing that with Tarkovsky.
Standards at Arsenal? No.
Let's be honest. Tarkovsky is a very limited defender.
Yeah.
He's not great. Like I don't think he starts for any of the top 10 teams. He's not a good defender. I don't want him at Arsenal, and he's not young either. So it's not like
Carl, who would you?
If you told me we were trying to sign like a Koulibaly as an experienced defender, I can agree to that. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
But not Tarkovsky.
In our dreams on FIFA. But there you go. Carl, like, if we don't get Martinez, who would you see as an alternative?
It's very tough, Stephen. This Gramando that's been mentioned there that we've been linked to. Like, who's he? Do people actually know who this fella is? Because it's just another name to me. Shevchenko won't be coming to Arsenal. Forget about that. Stephen, it's not the Martinez. For me, it's not the Martinez situation. There's more to it than that. There's the right back, the left back, and the centre back positions needs to be still sorted for us to compete for higher standards. Ben White is not the answer. Holding is not the answer. Cedric, Tavares, Tierney is too injury prone. Bellerin is back at the club. Like I might mention 5 or 6 players there. They're not good enough for where I want my club. So there's just more than just one player, one position. To me, there's 3 positions: left back, right back, and centre back. Gabriel, I keep Gabriel there, but I put someone. You'd have to get someone there to play beside him, because this Ben White he's a liability. He's not good enough.
What's your thoughts on Saliba?
Saliba, is he coming back? What is the story? Does anybody know anything about this?
Yeah, he's back. He's in the squad.
They're trying to give him a new deal.
He's in the squad, and tell me this. I know
apparently he's getting the number 2 shirt.
Well, I know that Saliba, everybody is picking him up, and he did very well last season in the French league. I'd like to see now what he's going to do in the Premier League this season. Is he as good as what everyone is making him out to be, or are we just jumping on the bandwagon here? But my jury is still out on Saliba.
He has to start.
I just gotta. Does anyone? Hang on, bear with me. I'm just gonna answer this question. Does anyone rate or believe in Edu? No. Like pretty much.
That's how highly.
That's how we feel about Edu. Liability. The guy is liability. Hang on. This plus also you could put this us being under Edu. No, I don't believe in him at all.
There's another thing I want to say. His Instagram profile, Edu Gaspar, I think it is, showed his son signing for Watford and beginning his professional journey. I wouldn't be surprised if 2 or 3 years down the line,
he's a player like Arsenal.
If God forbid Edu
Yeah.
Nepotism.
Big deal, big news. Edu's son is playing for Arsenal Football Club.
Ridiculous.
Oh, Christ. Is he going to be like Edu, sitting on the bench until Gilberto's injured?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I don't even want to think about that prospect, but knowing where things are going, it could happen.
Mate, he could be playing. He'll be playing in our midfield, and he'd be so shit, and yet it'd be worse than Xhaka. Like, he'd be so poor, and yet he could still. Did you see? What you? Yeah. Mate, the guy was. I was just using the example of him laughing, like the fact that that's how we feel about rating a dude. We laugh at that, right? So it's not so much of the fact that it's in right. But there you go. I thought, Gary, I don't want to know. I don't want to hear it. I really don't. Let me know in 5 years' time when he's playing for our club. Like, there you go. Right, I'm going to ask one last question before I have to shoot off. Kyle, will we get Tielemans?
I think we win.
Okay.
I think we win.
Manny,
Yeah.
will we get Martinez?
No, he's gone to Trafford. No point in pursuing that.
Okay. So, say, right, since you said it,
Listen,
we
for
get
me, yeah,
Tielemans.
it's not about will we get Tielemans or will we not get Tielemans. Will we get enough players of quality in? That is the main question for me.
That is a good point. That is a good point. That's a very
And
good
the
point.
answer to that question is no.
Yeah, I
that's a
think
good point.
I think Mohed's mentioned in the chat that Neco planning on selling Neco. Liverpool are selling Neco Williams for about 16 or 17 million. Welsh
Yeah.
international, good talent. He could be an addition, and he's going to the World Cup. I mean,
Yeah.
he's not even young enough to make it project youth. He's developed well, and he could be one for the future. The only problem is, I don't think he'd want to come to us. No
But
chance.
do you think he's good though? I've seen him. I don't see him as Arsenal playing starting for Arsenal.
Anyway, I've got to move on. Nippon.
Yes, Steve.
Will Chelsea get Raphinha?
Will Chelsea? Yeah, will Chelsea signing Raphinha or not?
It looks like way because Barcelona are broke as fuck.
I'm trying to swear.
Nippon, can I ask you something?
Yeah, go on, Saeed.
Are you in a hotel?
I'm in my bedroom.
Wow, I think this first time I see you on the stream and you actually.
So stop
outside.
it. Just stop.
He's trying to stir the pot, is he?
Nah, I don't know. Maybe you're like a big drug dealer and you're always out.
Saying, I refuse to let you sneer him.
Say that's just deplorable. Like,
nah, I'm joking.
Yeah, I mean.
Nah, Nippon is
don't listen to him.
cool.
He's just a twit. Like, he's just this guy I have to bring on every once in a while, you know. Just to keep.
Is that so? You all heard it.
Yeah, you heard it here
live.
first. Yeah.
Force me.
Anyway, we're gonna leave it there. Arsenal won't feel. Yeah, trust me. We got the Arsenal gossip column at 7. Should I still feel fit enough after the next 2 streams, which is one of them starting on SFeatleyTV. If you're interested in F1, head over there now, which will be in 5 minutes time. So make sure you go over now and check it out. It's a preview, and then we got the qualifying straight after that. So make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the share button. And yeah, big up the numbers as well. We're having really good numbers again today. So numbers are going up quite nicely, to be fair. So big up everyone that's watching. And if you haven't, subscribe with the notifications on, and also join the membership from as little as $1.99 a month, where you get the great perks and it all donated.
Told you, if you don't swear a lot, the algorithm will favor you.
I didn't swear a lot.
Yeah, that's why you get more views.
I know. There you go. Make sure you hit like, subscribe, and we'll see you soon. Bye bye.